Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the unbelievable story of the Azores glider. It's a tale of an airplane, two heroic pilots, and an epic emergency landing. Because you know the flight had a leak. So we're going to learn more about when we're going to put our throttle to 100% and take off. So back in 2001, there was this big aeroplane, Air Transat Flight 236. It had to fly all the way from Toronto, Canada, to Lisbon, Portugal. So the twist is, during the flight, something totally unexpected happened. So actually, what happened is, as I said, the planes started leaking. The plane started leaking. We'll get to know why more inside. So what happened is, the warnings came up after 4 hours of after 4 hours of flying in the air. The pilots got this thing error, which is you know low oil temperature. So low oil temperature should not come, and that was abnormal, and the pilots never experienced error like this in their lives. So oil temperature actually gets more when the flight is going on and on. So it gets more, but it was low, and it was related to oil. Okay, so then the pilots contacted the um, maintenance unit of Canada and told all about them and all about the errors. And then the maintenance unit told that they are unaware and they will contact them as soon as they found something about that. So then the pilots got relaxed, thinking that this could be a faulty error. So after some time down in the air, after some time flying, what happened is there was an error which is low fuel. So this was not related to oil, but this was related to fuel. So then the error was, when the flight is going. So this is the right, and this is the right wing, and this is the left wing. So this is engine number one. Left is engine number one. Right is engine number two. So like what happened is engine number two, which is the right engine, right wing, it had less fuel, but it should be equally distributed, right? So if imagine I'm the flight and this is my wings. So here in flights, there are these things called cross field valve. So then if the cross field valve is opened, then the fuel gets equally distributed again. And then after some minutes, it got equal. The plane got equal, like the two wings got equal with fuel. And then the pilot turned off the cross field valve and they were going again. So they were still flying. And then after some minutes, again the error popped up, and again he opened the cross field valve. So then the captain and first officer quickly calculated how much fuel they have right now, and even the fuel in the two wings, that much fuel they didn't even have to reach Lisbon, and it's in the middle. The flight is in the middle of Antarctic Ocean, so there's no options to. There's not much options to divert. So then they they thought about Terceira Island, Terceira Airport in Azores Island. So then without wasting any time, they contacted Santa Maria ATC, and then they told that we're going to land here because of fuel shortage. And they were not even confirmed if they were going to land there or not because of the fuel shortage. And yeah, so then to confirm the fuel leak, pilots asked the crew to go to and see the trailing edge, which is the front part of the wing, to see if there's any leaks. Because but it was midnight, so the crew could not see any leaks because it was night, and even with torches they could not see well. They could not see that the edge well. So then what happened is they told the crew, they were still in contact with the crew, the Canada crew, the maintenance crew. So then they told about all these things and what was happening, and then they told that come down to 20,000 feet from 39,000 their cruising altitude to 20,000 feet to confirm the fuel leak. But the pilot and captain told that no, we're not going to do that, because if we also confirm that there's a fuel leak at 20,000 feet, they could not go up. So they could not go up, and that would be a problem. So then, actually, you'll see how correct the pilots were when they told this. So then, there was now after quite a lot of time, like just some minutes, there was like there was this I think 7,000 kg in the kg of fuel in the flight, and that was also like just 6%. When you're hearing 7,000 kg of fuel, it would be a lot. It would mean a lot to you, but it is just 6% of Air Transat 236's fuel. So it was an Airbus A330. So and then they were quite close to Azores Island, so around 20 to 15 kilometers. So then they were going at, I think, 13,000 feet, but they had to be at 3,000 feet. So if they nose dive, there would be a lot of chance of crashing, so like crash landing. But in this case, what the pilot did is, this is the island and this is the flight. So they put a 360 turn. So when they put a 360 turn, the flight came to 5,000 feet, and the island is over here, and they're quite close to landing. And in all this things, what was happening right now, the right engine uh, you know caught fire because of low fuel or something, and the left engine, because of full thrust, also just burnt out. So now they were just gliding. So that's why the pilot said that we're not going to come from 30,000 feet to 20,000 feet. So they were very right. They were very correct. Otherwise, I think this mission would be impossible. So yeah, now they were lined up, and yeah, so now they were quite close to the airport. It was I think it was Terceira Airport. Yeah. So right now they're here, and the flight is here. So it was not quite aligned. And actually, what pilots do is they open the flaps and put the thing, the throttle to 100%. So they have a nose dive like this. So they have a nose thing, and that will be smooth, but they didn't have any of engine power. And when there's no engine power, as the engines busted that time, it was fully dark in the cabin. So now what they had to do is they were not aligned, as I was telling. So they put an S turn to get aligned, and then they had to dead stick land. So there was no There was no throttle and there was no flaps, as I said. So what they had to do is it was either pass, either crash. So what they had to do now, what the um, you know they had to do is they had to dead stick land, which was very tough without engines. So as I was saying that the cabin or the passenger cabin was fully black, and even the cockpit will get fully black, not clear. So then this automatic turbine comes down and starts running, so the important things can get lightened up so they can land or do whatever safely. Yeah, so coming back, they were going to land. So like this is the stick which they'll control the flight, and the pedals are rudder. So right now just had to focus on the stick because they already had been aligned from the airport. So right now what the pilot did is he pushed the thing forward and then he got a little back in response, and then the with a loud thing the airplane came on the runway and 8 out of 12 tires busted. And meanwhile, the crew also prepared the passengers for landing in the ocean, so they were already prepared. But as the flight landed, everyone started clapping because in that time this was one of the world's biggest aviation, saved. So yeah, this was my story about the Azores glider, and yeah, bye guys, see you next time. I hope you like the video. Make sure to subscribe, like, and click the bell button for new videos like this.